I want to talk about Francis Ngannou today. The mentality of the fighter, Francis Ngannou. He is going to be taking on Anthony Joshua. It's in his second pro fight in the sport of boxing, coming off his loss to Tyson Fury, and where he impressed a lot of people. He showed his ability to switch. He showed his ability to punch, make adjustments, and make the current WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury very uncomfortable. Even had Tyson Fury looking messed up. Had Tyson Fury looking like he lost the fight. Had black eyes, busted lip, was toe up. But Francis Ngannou has another test in front of him. And he's going to be taking on Anthony Joshua. And I watched the face-off with Anthony Joshua and Ngannou. They first time really, I think, sitting down together and sizing each other up and trying to have a conversation about this upcoming bout. I can't think of the guy's name that was interviewing him, but he did a good job. He asked some really, really good questions, picking their brains and what their mentality is going into this fight. And I like Francis Ngannou's mentality as a fighter. He spoke on how his focus is to look good. His focus is more on the challenge and looking good in the fight, more so than it is worried about winning or losing. Whereas Anthony Joshua, when he was asked the question, like, what's your expectations in the fight? Anthony Joshua stated something like, I have to win because when you win, you go up. If you lose, you go down. And Francis Ngannou says, I disagree with you somewhat there because, it's about just taking on the best fights and giving your best performance. And he said that, even with him losing to Tyson Fury, he was able to give a good performance to where it put himself in a position to get another big fight. And I felt like he is taking pressure off of himself. He has less pressure on him than Anthony Joshua does, because Anthony Joshua has lost his position at the top, whereas he's the former unified heavyweight champion. Francis Ngannou is just trying to learn on the go. He's trying to. This is going to be a 10-round fight, so he's just trying to get his rounds in, and he's learning against the best competition in the heavyweight division. He's not taking any light touches at all. And so, with that being said, he also talked about Tyson Fury, and the guy that was interviewing him asked him, like, are y'all going for the knockout? And Francis Ngannou says that, I think we are both going to be trying to knock each other out. And he stated that he feels that Tyson Fury has more resilience than Anthony Joshua. He feels like if he hits Anthony Joshua with some of the same punches that he was hitting Tyson Fury with, he won't be able to get up from it. That's just his belief. He talked about how Tyson Fury has shown in the past and in the fight with him that he can get up from some devastating shots. You can hit him with something that is like an unbelievable shot, and he'll get up and continue to fight with everything he got. And he said he learned that about Tyson Fury. He realized it, of course, when he fought Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury, you're going to have to really You can't just knock him down one time. He gonna get up, and you're gonna have to probably put him down again, and just can put him completely out. Somebody might have to throw a towel in because Tyson Fury is just that resilient. But he doesn't feel Anthony Joshua can recover from something that can put him down, like from a big shot from Ngannou. And Anthony Joshua was like, "Well, when is the last? When have you seen me? Someone just knocked me out, you know." So Anthony Joshua is trying to make his argument that he's never been knocked out. You know, sleep. Even though we seen Andy Ruiz had him down, put him down multiple times, and the referee had to step in because he was just not fit to continue. He was mentally combobulated, and his legs wasn't there, and he could have got more seriously hurt if the ref did not step in. But I think that this is one of them fights that, I stated before on my first video when this fight got announced. I was stating how this could be a mistake from Anthony Joshua. And, he was in position to fight possibly for the vacant IBF if the IBF strips Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk winner, which they have not been honoring rematch clauses. So that's a possibility that the number one and the number two in the IBF could be fighting for the vacant belt, which would be Philip Hergovich and Anthony Joshua. But Anthony Joshua is taking a risk. I'm sure he's going to get paid very, very well for this matchup versus Ngannou. And if he loses, he could possibly lose his chance of fighting for the belt. So another thing too, man, that I noticed when they asked Anthony Joshua, so do you think you're gonna knock out Francis Ngannou? He paused. It was a long delay. He he said, "We'll see." So it's like he's not confident. We've seen how his performance was when he faced man, what's the last guy he just fought? Damn, drawing a blank from his last opponent that he just fought. But he got a knockout in his last fight. He looked spectacular under Ben Davison. And he was just, he went in there with the aggressiveness that we used to seeing from him. He looked very, very impressive. And I just feel like he shouldn't doubt himself. I think he should just be sure of himself that he can go in there and have the same spectacular performance as he did in his last fight. But Francis Ngannou is not a little guy, man. He's not a little guy, man. The guy he looked bigger than Anthony Joshua. He looked bigger than Anthony Joshua. AJ does have the height advantage. I think he's about 6'6", and Ngannou's about maybe 6'4". But the mass of Francis Ngannou, I think that the punch resistance, I think he can take a good punch, man. I think he definitely can take a good punch. We've seen him take a lot of good shots from Tyson Fury. Now I think Tyson Fury was moving a whole lot, especially after he got dropped. He didn't want to be standing there and trade with Francis Ngannou. And I don't know if Anthony Joshua want to do that with Francis Ngannou, just standing there and trade with Ngannou. And then we've seen in the past too, Anthony Joshua get tired. And if Anthony Joshua get tired, man, I think he's gonna get knocked out. I think the longer the fight goes, if Francis Ngannou is still around and doesn't get hurt, and he's able to collect more and more data throughout the rounds, I think it'll get more dangerous for Anthony Joshua. And I'm not doubting Anthony Joshua in the sense of what he's done a lot in the sport. He has a lot of experience, way more experience than Francis Ngannou in boxing. But Ngannou's hungry. He's hungry, and he is grateful for all the opportunities that he's got based off his background, where he comes from. And he sees Anthony Joshua as a prime opportunity to show the sport of boxing that he belongs here. And if he's able to knock out Anthony Joshua, man, sky's the limit for him, for his career. His fan base will definitely increase. He already has the MMA fan base, but he will be able to gain a massive fan base if he knocks out Anthony Joshua. I think that he's got a good team. He has a good mind state, and the hunger is there. He's not afraid. He's not intimidated at all by Anthony Joshua. He welcomes all the challenges, you know, and he asked for this fight. He asked for the Anthony Joshua fight. Anthony Joshua accepted it. So it could be a mistake, for Anthony Joshua. But if Anthony Joshua just goes in there and puts Francis Ngannou away, that'd be impressive too. I think he'll get full credit because we've seen Tyson Fury could not do that. But it is a dangerous fight because he's going to gain more experience going into a second fight, and it's a heavyweight matchup. So anything can happen. All it takes is one punch. But y'all leave y'all thoughts below, man. I'm the Black Horseman, man. Shout out to everybody that's part of this true media movement. Everybody that keeps it real, stays true to who they are, and does their part to bring us real content, man. I'll catch y'all on the next video.